Welcome to another episode of Well Versed. I'm your host, and today I have none other than Hicks. He's an author.
Yes, sir.
He's an entrepreneur,
Yes, sir.
and last but not least, he's a father. So we're here to talk about all of those things here today. Man, I don't. We just met today, man. So I really want to go into your story, man, from the beginning all the way to now.
Okay.
As you guys can see here, he has his book, The Mindset Shift, a powerful collection of 100 affirmations.
Yes, sir.
But I want to rewind it all the way to the beginning, man. So are you born and raised here in Indianapolis?
Yes, man. Indianapolis, Indiana. Was raised out south. My mom had got a house built. Just me and my twin sister. Another interesting thing, me, my twin sister, and my mother, birthday is on the same day.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's
What day is that?
September 15th.
September 15th, so it's coming up.
Yep,
All right.
yep.
Virgo.
Yep.
All right.
So that's
Dang,
pretty
that's
much
crazy.
that's pretty much where my story starts. And being raised with my mother, single mother, and man, getting a little older, want to learn a little bit about myself. You know, being raised in Indianapolis, Indiana, I feel like I was influenced earlier on, kind of blind, kind of ignorant, didn't really know, I would say I was always my own person, but being influenced when you're younger, certain things look attractive, and you go on following friends or whatnot. But
Right.
as I got older and I realized, I started reading a lot, starting to learn, starting to understand environment, starting to understand positive thinking, intentional action. When I learned those three key things, my life transition turned different.
Okay, so what age is that when you?
I would say probably around 22 is really when it hit. I'm 28 now. 22
Okay.
is really when my life transitioned completely.
22.
But when I got myself out of those environments was around, say 17,
Okay.
between 17 and 18.
So when you say environments, can you describe these environments?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
only share what you want.
Nah,
but,
yeah. So I used to have a best friend that would be in the streets.
Okay.
And I was raised, not around that, but by me being in those environments, I would, I guess I would say fit in with the aesthetics. I'm going to go get the big clothes.
Yeah.
I'm getting the gold from Washington Mall.
Yeah.
All type of crazy stuff. I wasn't raised like that, but I always was me.
Yeah.
I just was being influenced. And so with me being in those environments with him, I never understood what this pastor had told me when I was 15. He said, warning comes before destruction. Keep hanging with him. God basically gonna show you something. It didn't take me long before I was like, you know what, these environments not making sense to me. I remember one time we had went over someone's house and we slept on the floor at one of the buddies' house, and I was thinking to myself, man, I got a bed at home. Not only do I got a bed at home, I got a bunk bed, so that means I got two beds at home.
Yeah.
But it really just showed me that, man, some people take for granted what they really do have. And when I was out there with my best friend who wanted to be in the streets and we going to different places, different things, I'm saying that the way I was, like the way that my mama really set me up for success compared to how people was really living, I really got to see how people was really living within those environments. And me putting myself in those environments could have got me killed or anything.
Yeah.
We hopping in the car with different people, different things could happen.
So would you say it was like a peer pressure thing?
Nah. It was something to where just somebody that I really hung with, and I really felt like, man, we was real close, we was good. And so I would just insert myself in his environments. And and that was the thing, I think we was a balance, because when we was together, he would want to go over here, I might not feel safe over there, so I'm not going. Or, he want to go to this party, I might not go, or I might go.
Yeah.
But through those trials and tribulations, you learn that, certain environments just ain't for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree. And man, I'm a father as well, and I have a 17-year-old son.
Okay.
And I feel like he's right in the midst of that era in life where it's a lot of heavy influences outside of the home.
Yeah.
And like you said, you was willing to go kick it at a spot where it wasn't even no beds, but I got a bed at home.
Don't
And I
make
think
sense.
sometimes we don't, as young men, we don't realize how good we have it at home. We think, oh, it's boring, or or since it's safe and it's not a lot of chaos and people coming in and out, oh, that's boring or whatever. But it takes for you to be in other environments to realize that, you know what, having a meal on the table and having whatever it is, central air or whatever, is.
I'll say this too. I think when you raised by solid parents, and I believe you're a solid black man.
Yes, sir.
When you was talking about the peer pressure, that's why I was never able to be peer pressure, because how I was raised. Nah, I don't want to smoke that. I don't want to drink that. I may go over here, but if I feel uncomfortable, then I'm gonna go about my business.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what kept me safe, is my mama's prayers, and then me having that common sense and understanding that something don't feel right. I'm gonna leave, and that's actually what made us separate and me truly get away. Because I was telling, like, I'm not about to keep going over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared? Okay.
All right. Then that's what I was going to ask you next. Like, was there any kind of like, just trying to make you feel bad or make you feel away because you chose to go the other way?
Yeah. He definitely. We was about 15, 16. I remember him making a post and was saying that I was scared to go where I already went.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it was like, I was like, nah, I just became woke and I'm trying to grow. And in order to grow, you got to change your environment and people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, years went by, he ended up getting shot. Warning come before destruction. He ended up getting shot a couple times, and then he ended up going to jail. And throughout those years between him being 17 and let's say 25, shot, jail, and I remember talking to him on the phone when I was around like 24. I said, you've been shot, jail. It's only one more thing for to happen, so you're gonna have to take yourself out of the environments to grow.
Definitely a wake-up call. Okay, so the show, is well versed, you guys. So like we like to talk about how music intertwines into our lives and like kind of what was the soundtrack to our lives. So like, what was one of your what are your earliest memories of music growing up?
Man, it's gonna make you laugh, but I felt like before I was gonna say Tupac, but it was actually gospel.
Okay.
It was actually gospel. So all gospel music, it was gospel. It was Mary J. Blige, Fantasia. I was raised with my mother, so that was her category.
Yeah. Now we got a similar story because church for a lot of people is when we first started hearing music.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the natural transition outside of church is like R&B.
Oh, absolutely.
Because R&B and gospel kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is take baby out and put God, or take God out and put baby, and you got
music,
R&B and
Soul
gospel.
Child, what they say, he was supposed to be about,
he said the same thing on R&B Money, absolutely. But I agree with that same thing. But Mary J. Blige, that was one of the first artists that I used to hear because I used to hear my mom playing it.
Yeah.
My Life album, What's the 411. So those are some of my first glimpses of music too. So you younger than me, so like you wasn't. Was you a part of the download era, or was it more streaming for you, or SoundCloud, CDs? Okay.
And then it got to SoundCloud, and more so YouTube.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, YouTube, it was CDs, and SoundCloud and YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely CDs too. I feel like CDs is making a comeback too.
Oh yeah.
Just like vinyl, the
yeah.
values of vinyls has went up over the years, and then I feel like CDs is next. The only thing with CDs is the scratching. So you really gotta keep them protected because they can get scratched and that they done.
The beautiful thing about vinyls and CDs, you wanna know why it's so beautiful?
Why?
Because I feel like now artists is gonna have to respect a body of work rather than just a one-hit TikTok, song.
Right.
And for me, wouldn't you want to listen to someone that have a body of nice work, an album that you don't have to play no skips on and you could just let play?
Yeah, that's true, man. And then like the tangible aspect of vinyl and CDs, man, it's just a whole different experience.
Yeah.
You can connect with the artist in a whole different way.
Yeah.
While going in, opening the book, reading the thank yous, reading the notes, you're really able to kind of immerse yourself in the music in a whole different way. So yeah, I was a CD era, of course, and then MySpace. You probably didn't have a MySpace, but
no, I had one.
You did?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Put the music in the
background. You can put the music in the background. So we was already kind of curating music a little bit with that, and we was coding too. You know, putting the backgrounds and stuff on there too. So that was like an early SoundCloud for me, because like Soulja Boy was like the artist that I felt like really benefited off of MySpace. I had, before I had seen a video of Soulja Boy, I had heard Shootout, Let Me Get Him, all that stuff. I got me some Bathing Apes. This was before his album came out, and it was all through MySpace. I know I'm going on a tangent, but so, you know, as far as like SoundCloud and coming up in school, like were you able to like go on any like shows? Like growing up here in Indy, y'all got a lot of like concerts. Even to this day, we get a lot of artists coming through the city. But back then, what were some of the artists you may have seen coming up?
This is gonna trip you out. I didn't get my first concert was actually, I want to say last year, and it was with Jasmine Sullivan and Maxwell.
Okay.
That was
first,
at
Game Bridge.
Yep, that was my first concert ever.
How was it?
Beautiful experience, man. Especially with Jasmine Sullivan. That's one of my favorite women artists, R&B artists. So, but that was my experience. I really didn't get into music super heavy until I got a little older and understood the messages behind a lot of it and really sitting and enjoying it.
Yeah.
My earlier days, I would listen to music, and the crazy part is I really liked Tupac.
Okay.
Like I really liked his music.
Did somebody introduce you to him, or you found him on your own?
And I want to say, I remember it was a CD, and I want to say it was just around the house, and I had put it in and started listening to it. Now, Hail Mary used to scare me. I ain't like, they used to throw
Why? Because of the little bell?
Yeah, I think it was, you know, when I was young, I like that
like
song.
the Undertaker coming or something? Like,
skip that fast, but Changes, I can sing that word for. The weird thing is, I've listened to a lot of music. That's the only song I can say word for word. And I listen to plenty of other songs way more than that one, but for whatever reason, Changes by Tupac, word for word.
You know, that song still applies today, man. That song still applies today.
Oh, yeah.
We got money for war, but can't feed the poor. You know, it still applies today, man. So that's a song I love, too. And I get what you're saying about Hail Mary being scary, because when I remember when that album came out, it came out after he passed. And that made it even scarier, because it was like, was he dead? Did he say Suge shot me in the beginning of the album? It was a lot of like aura and myths around the album. And then Hail Mary, that beat is just so eerie. There's something about the production.
What he get to talking about?
Who produced Hail Mary? I gotta look that up too. But yeah, for sure, man. But I can't even really tell you what was my first concert, and that's messed up. But
you've been plenty of them.
I've been to a lot of them. I remember Jeremiah. It might have been Jeremiah, like in 2008 or 2009 or something like that. I seen Rick Ross really early. I've seen Snoop Dogg really early in college.
Which one did you see that really made you be like, I like this concert stuff? I really got my money's worth.
You know what? Surprisingly, man, when I first seen Beyonce.
Really?
When I went to the Lemonade show, just like seeing just like her production and just seeing the talent on stage, how she wasn't missing a beat. I was like, man, this probably was what it was like when Mike was on stage. Because you can just see like the rehearsal, all the work that she put in. And like, I don't even like listen to a whole lot of Beyonce, honestly, but I respect her as an artist. And that performance, I've seen her twice. I've seen her at the Lemonade show, and then the one with her and Jay on the run. On the run tour.
Yeah, I know that was nice.
So that one, and then I just seen Freddie Gibbs recently, and I was impressed just like at his rapping ability, breath control on the mic. I really appreciated that. I went to see New Edition earlier this year at Game Bridge.
How was that?
That was really good. Again, you can tell artists that have really put their time in and rehearsed, and you know they really showed it. Who else? It was Boyz II Men and Tony Braxton. And it was kind of like, it wasn't like an opener or anything. It was just like, okay, Tony will do 2 songs. Boyz II Men do 2 songs. New Edition do 3 songs. Tony come back. So it was all mixed in. I like that experience too.
Okay.
But I've been to a bunch of shows, man, and that's really one of my favorite pastimes is going to shows, man. I'm actually, you guys are hearing this for the first time. I'll be at the Cincinnati Music Festival.
Okay. That's in a few weeks,
Covering
right?
that. That's next weekend.
Yeah, I'm about to say my pops, he love them. He
Yeah,
go to them.
this is my first time going.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go for a while. And Friday night, I believe Charlie Wilson is the headliner for Friday night. I love Charlie Wilson. I love the Gap Band. Y'all already know that.
Outstanding.
Yes, yeah, I got him on the wall right there, man. So
Don't
Charlie, and then Saturday, SWV, Mary J. Blige, 803 Fresh, Boots on the Ground. And Heat Wave, I want to say. Oh, and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh.
Okay, nice lineup. Yeah, so my pops, he the one straight R&B. I don't think I ever heard my dad listen to rap ever.
Ever? Okay.
He would never get in his car or be around here.
He just what? Not even Pac or nothing.
No.
Wow.
Not Biggie, not Pac, not Jay, not straight R&B.
That's cool. You know what? The more I get, the older I get, I'm leaning more R&B.
Yeah.
You know, just because it applies more to my everyday life, it may apply to my relationship or whatever. I just especially like artists like Gap Band. You know, if you really listen to their music, they talk about how men going through real situations in love, man. So like.
I know you can get the legend right here too.
Exactly.
D'Angelo.
Man. Rest in peace to D'Angelo too, cause Lady.
Musical genius. Yeah.
Yes, but that Brown Sugar album is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And he had a lot of songs that I relate to, and just like the emotion that he put out through the music. The passion. It don't, you know, sometimes like music don't necessarily have to make sense. Like he got this line that's he said, we can make love in the shade, sip some chocolate lemonade. Like, I've never had chocolate lemonade, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get what you was trying to tell us there. So, man, D'Angelo's another one for me. Okay, but so you becoming an author, I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Where did the idea come from? Like, what put it on your heart to take that route?
So I remember, I want to say it was 2021, I was working at this job. I was working 12-hour shifts. So I had a long time to read books or listen to audiobooks. And during that time, a buddy of mine reached out that knew me when I was 15, 16. He said, how did you evolve? Like, how did you grow? And I was like, well, environment, positive thinking, and intentional action. And so as I was reading all those books, I said, well, most books is just really about people's opinions and thoughts and things. So I pretty much, I feel like people can write a book if they wanted to. So I ended up writing an ebook first and then turning it into a physical copy book. And that book is called Keys to Elevate. And it was inspired by that buddy of mine who knew me when I was 15, 16 in those environments. And that's what inspired that book. And then what inspired this book, which is called The Mindset Shift, was I teach my daughters affirmations. And so I believe, you know, with affirmations, a lot of people are surrounded by people that don't speak life into them. So if you can speak life into yourself, you're gonna be ahead of the game.
Okay.
And what you say to yourself is what matters the most. And a lot of people don't speak kind to themselves. And so that's what inspired me to write this book.
Okay, so we both fathers. I have two daughters. I have a 13-year-old and a 6-year-old. And I will say that building confidence is like the #1 thing.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to raising girls,
Absolutely.
children in general, but with girls, you know, it's a constant building of their confidence and their self-esteem.
Yeah.
What's been some of the foundations for your daughters? What are the ages first, and then what's your approach with each one?
So 10, 8, 6, 4. So they all kind of like, you know,
what they say is
stair step.
Stair step.
Yeah. So I do a few things, man, because what you said is so true. And my daughters, so one of the few things that I do is I teach them about successful historical Black women. So we may be driving to school and I teach them about Black women that became the first judge, that became the first astronaut, you know, the first Black woman became a millionaire. all of that helps their confidence. Because if they can see earlier on that they can become anything, and daddy is the one that's teaching them, the sky's the limit. Also, I teach them the affirmations. I literally seen how it helped them earlier on. Literally last week we swimming, and my daughter Raylan, she was a little nervous on going down the slide, and I seen her go up, come down, go up, come down. Then I said, "Come here," and all my daughters came over. I said, "You scared to go up there?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Why you scared?" And when I said that, my other daughter said, "I told her to say her affirmations." So I was like, oh.
See?
And so she ended up saying her affirmations right there. And man, you know, she went up to that slide and did it. And it be those small things.
Okay, what are the affirmations?
Oh, very simple. But I gotta say this first. When I first made the affirmation, I did it for my oldest daughter, Demaya. She's 10 right now.
Okay.
I made a long list, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it smart. So they affirmations are very simple. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I love my skin, and I love me. Very simple. Every last one of them can say it, even a 4-year-old, like this.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
You know, so
Say it again. Say it again for the people.
I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I love my skin, and I love me.
Yes.
I literally can call them right now. What's your affirmations? You know, I'm smart.
And that's a great foundation, right there. You know, those 4 things.
Absolutely. Real quick, I ain't gonna call them, but I think I got a video I got real quick that's in my saves because I feel like it's so important. And that's why I'm glad that you know, as a father, you already understood this.
While you looking at, real quick, historical figures, my youngest daughter, well, both of them, but my youngest daughter really right now, she loves Ruby Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
And
she's still alive.
Right. So just last week, she asked me like, is Ruby Bridges still alive? I'm like, yeah, Nova. I had to pull her up. I pulled her up. I'm like, that's what she looks like now. You know, she's 71, I believe now. But just for her to be able to tie that time and history, and then realize that Ruby she's still here.
Yeah,
that wasn't too long ago. You know, it really puts things in perspective for her.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. All right, so I got the video right here. Let me play it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. But yeah, it definitely takes a different approach. I feel like, and I feel like my daughters, like, they hold me accountable more. You know, I feel like when I give my word, they hold me to it.
Oh, they ain't
Daddy
playing with
you said
like, you was going.
Yeah, you said you was going. Like I told my youngest today, I was like, all right, after I do my podcast, I'll take you to the skating rink. So I know I gotta take her to the skating rink. If I don't take her to the skating rink, she's like, Daddy, you said you were sick. So that just helps me be a better man, though, and just be a man of my word.
Now that we're speaking on that, since we talk about music, it's songs that I play for my daughters.
Okay.
India Ari, I think that's how you say her name. Video.
Yes.
Absolutely love playing that for my daughters.
Yes.
And they know that song just like the affirmations, and they sing it. You know, I feel like that's important too.
Yeah, and that I didn't even think about this topic, but affirmations that come from music, and that's a great one. That's like the number one. But I will say, at some point, let them listen to this.
Oh, Lauren, yeah.
If they haven't already, I feel like this album is just so key for young women's and young people's development.
Man.
And understanding that beauty comes from within, and validation comes from within. If you play doo-wop, that thing, that's what she's talking about pretty much. It's just your beauty comes from within. Look at hair weaves by Europeans, fake nails done by Koreans, come again. You know, she's just trying to get us to, you know, love ourselves and understand that we don't have to go outward for validation, for love, for attention. You know, we can generate all of that ourselves. What's some other songs that you let them listen to?
What's another one? Video. What's another one? Brown Skin Girl. I think that's by Beyonce. But then they have another one too that I wanna say is called Brown Skin too. I can't think of what the name is, but yeah, those three is the ones that I really put on for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are three. But
Okay.
You right about that album though.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
deep, man. And this is an album that you can keep going back to. Like, even when they 20, 21, they can keep going back to it, and there's lessons that you can peel back. So just back to the book. When did the book officially release?
It was May 2023, and we in 2026.
Okay.
And I'm literally still pushing it. I'm literally
Absolutely.
still doing everything I can to help promote it, because people need to know and they need to be able to speak life into themselves. So I do book signings pretty much almost every other month.
Okay.
So I just did one in Kentucky, did one in Chicago, did one here up in like Fishers and Greenwood. Yeah.
What would you say to people that, they may want to tell their story, write a book or something like that, maybe want to self-publish, but just don't know the steps? What would be some of the early steps to getting into self-publishing?
Yeah, I would say a lot of people think that they gotta write a big old long book. Most people don't even read, so you don't want to create something that's going to intimidate people. And how long are you going to be writing that anyways? But also, just come up with some things and just start writing. Literally, just start writing on your computer or on your phone or a notebook. Literally, start writing. Don't think too hard on it. If you don't know what to write, write that. I don't know what to write.